Hello, welcome to another episode of Your Daily Word here with Pastor William Sunu of Joy Christian Center. We continue our study in the book of Nehemiah. And in yesterday's episode, we learned about emotional intelligence and how not to substitute prayer for action. Today, I want us to look at chapter 2, verse 2 to 3. Therefore the king said to me, "Why is your face sad, since you are not sick? This is nothing but sorrow of heart." So I became dreadfully afraid and said to the king, "May the king live forever. Why should my face not be sad when the city, the place of my father's tombs, lies waste and its gates are burned with fire?" Why was Nehemiah afraid? We know from the preceding verses that he wept, fasted, and prayed about the situation for some 4 months. Now God is about to answer his prayers and he is afraid? Nehemiah's expression of sadness in the presence of the king could mean dismissal or death, so he had every reason to be afraid. Friends, you know something? There is a difference between rational and irrational fear. Irrational fear can be induced by demonic spirits, but rational fear is normal and can sometimes drive us towards success. Also, the fact that you have prayed, fasted, and have clearly heard God's voice does not mean you will not have any fear. To walk by faith means we have to sometimes act courageously in spite of our fears. Thank God the king was discerning enough to know that the sadness in his cupbearer's face was a reflection of the sorrow in his heart. So in answering the king's question, Nehemiah first reassured the king of his loyalty to him before explaining the reason for his sadness. Oh, glory be to God. Let me tell you something about proximity and access. You see, proximity and access to power does not necessarily guarantee success. Friends, many people have had success to power and have abused it. Many have wined and dined with influential people but blew their chances because of bad manners. Nehemiah was standing in the presence of the king. That is proximity and access. And you know what he did? He knew exactly what to say, but he silently prayed for a few seconds and asked God's help. Jesus said in John chapter 15 verse 5, "Without me, you can do nothing." We must learn to acknowledge God in all our ways and he shall direct our path. That's Proverbs chapter 3 verse 6. Nehemiah recognized that though God was with him, his boss, the king, holds the key to all the permits and resources he will require for the project in Judah. So he prayed. He asked for God's help silently and very quickly. I believe his prayers only lasted a few seconds. Remember, prior to this, Nehemiah had actually spent some 4 months fasting, praying, and weeping and repenting before God. All these things played a very key role in the breakthrough that he got with the king. So I'm sharing these things to encourage you that your prayers, your fasting, and your waiting on the Lord is never a waste. All you need to do is to trust him so that when the moment comes, you are able to pray a silent prayer in His presence and then expect God to do the rest. Selah, and let the word of God fill your soul. Have a wonderful day, my friend.